Hi, I'm Greg Howlett, and I want to take just a few minutes and talk about lead sheets. Now, lead sheets, very simply, are music. They're pieces of music where all you get is the melody note and the chord symbols. Now, you may not be seeing that yet in your church, but you will be soon. They're coming to your church before you know it. Nothing to be scared of. I know at first when you look at a lead sheet, you're thinking, I don't have enough to play. But over time, you'll get to the point where when you look at a lead sheet, you'll see everything you need to know to play as well as you can. And this course will help you get to that point. I want to jump in right to the course and show you a few clips. This first clip is the beginning of the course where I'm discussing lead sheets in more detail. You'll see an example of one and also get an idea of why they're important to play and also the advantages they have over other kinds of printed music. Well, if you look at page 1 in your materials, you can see a sample lead sheet. This is for He Leadeth Me. Now that was not a play on words, it just happened to work out that way. But the song He Leadeth Me is written here as a lead sheet. Now, this is very common. Some of you that play modern music have seen these for a long, long time. Others, perhaps church musicians, have never seen these. But these kind of representations of music have been around for at least the past century. Improvisation is a big skill in modern music. It's very necessary, and this is a perfect way to represent music for improvisation. And you probably know already that improvisation is a huge part of church music. So it only stands to reason that this style of writing music probably, if it's not in the church yet, is coming. It's a good question is why it's not already in the church. I'm not really sure the answer, but you're seeing it more and more in the church. Many of you will be playing lead sheets over the next few years. There's only a few components here. Number one, you have a melody line. Okay, you see the melody line. And then the second thing you see that's important is the chords. Now we've written the chords in as letters here, but you could write those in as numbers. For example, in the key of C, you could write a C chord as a 1 chord. The F chord would be 4, G would be 5. You have an A minor here, that would be a 6 chord. So you'll see them sometimes as letters, sometimes as numbers. Probably more often you'll see them as letters. Sometimes a lead sheet will have lyrics. It's very common that you'll see lyrics written underneath the melody notes. For the purpose of what we're doing, we don't care about the lyrics. This isn't a singing class, so we don't care. And I did not put lyrics in the lead sheets that are in this course. They would just get in the way. All you need to play a lead sheet is melody note and the chord, and that's it. Now, the deal is, once you know the melody note and you know the chord, you're on your own. You can do anything you want as long as you stay within the framework of what's given. We've given you, in this case, we tell you exactly what chord to play, and we give you the melody note. You can play it in 100 different ways. You can take this lead sheet and play. You could play it this way. You could play. And a gazillion other ways. It's all up to you. You see that all you have your framework as an improvisation, as an improvising pianist. You have full control to do anything you want as long as you stay within the framework. Well, that gives you an idea of what a lead sheet is. Let me tell you quickly what the course covers. We're going to talk about how to play a lead sheet, but before that we actually talk about how to convert a song out of the hymnal into a lead sheet. Some of you are thinking, why would I do that? Well, the more you learn to play lead sheets, the more you will prefer them to playing out of a hymnal. There are certain advantages that are there. And so we talk about how to do that, especially if you're going to be doing transposing and other things. Transposing a lead sheet is a snap. Transposing out of a hymnal, maybe not so easy. So there's certain reasons why you'd want to convert a hymn, 4-part harmony, into a lead sheet. So we talk about that. We also talk about how to play, voicing. If I tell you that the melody note is F and you're supposed to play it with an F chord, how do you actually play that F chord so that it sounds good? There's a lot of work on voicing in the chart. I'm going to show you a clip of that in a second. We talk about a little bit of reharmonization. Reharmonization is very good when working with the lead sheet. It's a lot easier to reharmonize as well. how to play a lead sheet in various styles. You may have to play lead sheets for accompanying, maybe for congregational accompaniment, and other settings as well. So we cover these kind of concepts over the course. Now I want to show you a clip on voicing. Voicing is probably one of the critical things that many people struggle with because they're not seeing exactly where to position the notes on the keyboard. They're just seeing, I'm supposed to play this chord with this melody note. Well, this course has formulas available to you to show you exactly how to play those chords that sound good. Here's a clip of that.
All right, so you have, as we start He Leadeth Me, now remember, you have the 1 and the 4 chords are C and F, and those are going to tend to be major 7s. So we're going to put just major 7 above those, okay? And let's do the G should be a G7. It should be dominant because it's the 5 chord. So we'll put a 7, we'll put dominant here. And then we have A minor. And so we're going to use the minor chart for that. Okay, so we have, just so the camera gets it, I'll try to move all these over as we use them. Okay, first chord. We got a C chord. It's a major 7, so we need this chart right here. The melody note is E, natural. That's the 3rd of a C chord. That's a 3 in a C chord. So we come to this chart and we're going to play 1 and 5, 7, 9, and 3. Look at my hands. 1, 5, 7, 9, and 3. Remember, 9 and 2 are the same thing. Okay, here you go. Let's keep going. Really, we're worried about downbeats right now, so we'll let the other stuff slide. In other words, we're just going to play a chord right now just on the first beat of each measure. Now, we're on an F chord, and the melody note is A, which is the 3rd of that chord. So we're going to use the same voice, we're going to use the voicing right here, 1 and 5, 7, 2, and 3. Okay, you can leave that out if you want, the 9 if you don't like it. Okay, we're at here now on the C chord. Melody note is G, so that's the 5th. So you come to this row, 1 and 7, 9, 3, 5. We've already used that one, so I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to play it. Okay, we're at a G chord. This needs to be a dominant, okay? So we can go over here to your dominant chart. The melody note is D. So we go to right here, that's the 5th. So we're going to play that voicing right there. Okay, nice sound, has a 9 in it and a 7. Repeat the same thing. Okay, here's a minor chord. Melody note on an A minor chord is E. That's the 5th of that chord. So we'll go over here and pull our chart and play this row right here. Okay, so we'd have that sound. I'm just going to play quick now. I'm using pretty much voicing straight off these charts, pretty much. But I wanted to play quick because we're almost out of time.
Now I know that may have seemed tedious as I was walking through that clip, and it definitely is tedious at the beginning. But it's just like anything else with the piano. You get to the point where you can play those voicings instinctively. When I play lead sheets, I play those very voicings. Now there's others, that's not a complete list that I just showed you, but those voicings, I use them instinctively. I just play them instinctively without thinking. You can get to that point without practice, but you have to crawl before you can run, and that was what that last clip was about. Hopefully that gave you a good idea of what's in this course, and if you find yourself in a situation where you're playing lead sheets or needing to play lead sheets, this course will really help you get started.